up guys, welcome back to Life from the Wrist. Hope you guys are doing well. Today is another reaction video. We're going to be looking at Mr. Porter's Work, Rest, and Play series. I think we looked at the one from Jaeger LeCoultre, but this time we're actually going to be looking at the Vacheron Constantin version of this Work, Rest, and Play series. If you don't know,
That's beyond my abilities.
If you don't know, sorry, Siri's joining us. If you don't know about Mr. Porter's series, basically they pick a three watches, and they pick a one that you can wear for work, one you can wear, you know, every day, and then one where you can wear kind of going out and those types of things. So Vacheron Constantin is obviously one of my favorite brands. I'm really excited about this. This one was actually released on December 11th of 2020, so it's a relatively new one. I haven't watched this at all. I literally saw it come up on my homepage on YouTube, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna save it for a reaction video. So this is completely new. If you haven't seen our Jaeger LeCoultre version of this series from Mr. Porter, we reacted to that one, so you can check that out. Without further ado, let's get straight into this video.
Versatility might not be the first word that springs to mind when you think of Vacheron Constantin, but it's a quality that becomes apparent when you look a little closer. Switzerland's oldest continuously operating watchmaker is known first and foremost for crafting immensely traditional watches. The brand also has a reputation for sheer watchmaking virtuosity. It's responsible for creating the most complicated watch ever made. But it's not all high-tech, classically styled wizardry. You can find a Vacheron Constantin for nearly every occasion. The 56 Automatic is the newest model to join the ranks. Designed explicitly to provide a more approachable, everyday experience, while still being everything you expect from a luxury watch. This is the model for your 9 to 5, regardless of whether that means a suit and tie or something a little more casual. The blue dial, with its clear mid-century feel, emphasized by the alternating Arabic numerals and button markers, is something that works with a huge range of outfits. Compared to the rest of Vacheron Constantin's lineup, the 56's features are that little bit more emphatic, evident in thicker hour markers, a more pronounced bezel, a high-contrast dial design, and aided by the luminous material in the hands, hour markers, and numerals. They combine to give the watch a no-nonsense feel. Another practical touch is in the case. Look at how the sides are shaped so that the crown is almost totally recessed. That'll give it a little bit of protection if you do knock it, which is bound to happen if it's your daily wearer. That doesn't mean the 56 eschews the fine details that the brand is
exactly
known
what I was looking at.
Look at the raised numerals, the curvature of the lugs, and then of course the movement. The open-worked gold rotor gives you a better view of the hand-finished workings underneath. A pretty nice touch.
Alright, just at 220 really quick, I want to talk about the 56. I want to start this off. Actually, my reaction first is like, if you're getting a 3-watch collection from Vacheron Constantin to be like this is your set of watches that you're going to be wearing, it's going to cost a little bit. So I know this is you know, it's an expensive collection. The 56, like was mentioned in this video, is one of their more recent watches, and this watch I think changed Vacheron Constantin. I think Vacheron Constantin was always kind of like a, you know, very classic, complicated, or if you look at the overseas line, very sporty. But if you know, the 56 was really a watch that kind of democratized their, I want to say Vacheron Constantin's watches, even though overseas kind of did that as well, but this one is a perfect everyday wear. One thing that I absolutely love about it, the blue dial. I'm a blue dial fanatic, and so blue dials always catch me, catch my eye. And then I also really love how the numbers on the dial are raised and they're applied. This gives the watch a little bit more depth, especially with that dark blue dial. It gives the watch a little bit of depth. And I really like the fact that when you turn it over, you can actually see the beating heart of this watch, as well as that gold rotor, which is very iconic for Vacheron Constantin. If you're wearing this every single day, I have much respect for you. If you want to think of like something that I would compare this to, I think of like, when I think of this watch, I think of like the Omega Seamaster, the Railmaster that recently came out. That's something that you can wear every day, and it's very just simple, date, no nonsense, just something you can wear every single day. So I really love this pick for the first one. So we're gonna move on to the overseas now.
When the 56 goes back in the drawer for the weekend, out comes the Overseas Automatic. This is Vacheron Constantin's luxury sports watch. And if that sounds like a bit of a contradiction in terms, the emphasis is most definitely on luxury. This is a watch for reclining on the deck of a yacht, rather than exploring the depths beneath it. It does have 150 meters of water resistance though, so if you fancy a dip, it'll be fine. Even better, you can leave that incredible bracelet behind with its brushed and polished links in the shape of the brand's logo, because the Overseas has a brand new quick chain strap system, and you can swap out the stainless steel for a textured rubber strap. Such versatility comes as a surprise from something that's engineered to meet Switzerland's highest quality benchmark.
All right, 310. Just to quickly talk about the Overseas. I think the Overseas is one of the most underrated sports watches currently. Obviously, it competes with the likes of the Nautilus, the Royal Oak, the Daytona to some extent. Obviously, because Vacheron is probably my favorite of the Holy Trinity, but I think it's an underrated piece. I will say on this person's wrist, it looked a little bit bulky, and that's a little bit too big. And I think that's something that a lot of people run into, is it can be a little bit big. The 5500 is a great reference. The white dial pops. Like he said, you have to buy a yacht if you're going to wear this, because you have to lounge on your yacht. But no, it's definitely something you can wear just to relax. It has water resistance. The quick change strap functionality is very cool. I've seen it in person. It's very, very easy to use and very useful. I actually love Overseas on rubber straps. I don't know why, rubber straps have really been part of like a big part of like what I enjoy. So very cool piece. I agree that it's what you can wear when you kind of just want to when you want to just lounge around and have a good time. You can probably see that you saw the third watch. This is one of my favorites, so I'm going to stop talking and let's go.
The independently verified Geneva seal. At times, however, life calls for something a little more opulent. This is really where Vacheron Constantin traditionally excels. You might expect us to summon something gleaming and golden, but we've gone for a timepiece that's a little more refined. The Patrimony Hand-Wound in white gold. It's the definition of understated luxury. A watch you really need to hold in your hands to fully appreciate. Firstly, there's the heft of gold, and then the soft shimmer of the silvered opaline dial, a wide, unspoiled surface that contrasts beautifully with the stick-thin hands and hour markers. Slim and slender really is the theme of the Patrimony. The whole watch is under 7mm thick, which really adds to the well-fitting, tailored feel, exactly what you want when you're dressing to impress. Turn the watch over and you'll notice that there's no sapphire window to display the movement, which may seem unusual for a high-end watch, but it's been sacrificed in the name of keeping the watch thin. Inside the case is an in-house caliber that's still certified with the Geneva seal and decorated to just as high a standard, even though you'll never see it. Fully wound, it'll run for 40 hours, long enough to last until the morning after, or indeed, the morning after that. There's something about a hand-wound watch that really fits the bill here. Winding your watch when you're getting dressed up for that big night out is all part of the ritual of looking your best.
Great collection.
So there you have it. A one-stop watch.
I'll talk about the Patrimony really quickly. So when I first got into watches, Vacheron obviously was one of the companies that I looked into, and interestingly enough, the Patrimony Traditionnel was actually one of the first watches that I saw, and I was like, I'm a Vacheron Constantin fan for life. There's something about how simple it is. It's funny because a lot of the times you look at more high-end pieces and you get into their complicated things. But this one, the time only Patrimony Traditional is obviously just caught my eye. The simplicity of it, hours, minutes. I really love manual wind movements, so obviously that kind of played into it. I think the thinness of this one is really something that mustn't go unmissed with this. Obviously, if you have a automatic movement, it's going to make the case thicker, but with the fact that this one is a manual wind movement, it makes it nice and thin. This is a no-nonsense, just absolutely beautiful piece, and the white gold with the white dial, it's such an incredible piece. So yeah, I'm in love. This collection probably is my favorite collection that I've actually reacted to on this channel, from the one from Vacheron Constantin, without a doubt. Probably because I have a little bit more of a connection with some of the watches here, because it was one of my first brands that I really got into, so that's probably why. Just to recap, it's the Vacheron 56, the overseas chronograph, and then the Patrimony Hand-Wound dress watch. Beautiful collection. I think you're hitting on all of it, right? You're hitting on like an everyday wear on that 56. You're hitting on complication. You have a chronograph complication. Vacheron does it creates very good chronographs, and you also have the overseas, which is a little bit more sporty. And then you have the dress your piece that really goes unnoticed to those who don't know watches. Which I think is a nice little touch. So awesome video. Shout out to Mr. Porter. If you haven't seen this video, I'll put a link in the description where you can find the original video to this. And hopefully maybe someone can create this collection and have this as their 3-watch collection that they have. So it's making me think. It's making me want to now look into Vacheron Constantin watches and maybe grab one. Yeah, a great watch, very well made by Mr. Porter as always. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you like these types of videos, we love watches, we create videos about watches, so if you like those types of videos, be sure to subscribe. And if you wouldn't mind, be sure to smash that like button for us for the YouTube algorithm. And with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time.